seriously, you look bougie and cute. And I look ghetto. Fucker, that's where you're supposed to say, no, you don't.
Oh, are we recording?
Yeah, you
Okay,
ding.
we'll restart that. You've got to give me a bit of a warning.
I'll clip it out. Okay.
Okay,
Um,
wait.
what?
Well, I wasn't prepared.
Well, you're allowed to drink your drink and smoke your smoke. Okay. Welcome to Too Cute to Die, the podcast where we talk about death, terminal illness, mental health, addiction and recovery, perimenopause, and all the shit that makes life complicated, chaotic, and kind of hilarious. We are your hosts, Rebecca and Vanessa. We're either crying, swearing, or forgetting what the hell we were talking about. Probably all three. LFG motherfuckers. There we go. Party
Love
time,
it.
episode
Love
one.
it.
This is our intro episode. Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you? Okay.
Okay, well, I feel like the people who are going to be watching this early on probably already know who you are, but let's pretend that there's just a brand new stranger.
Okay.
Rebecca, who are you and why are you so important and cute?
I am the cutest dying person you've ever seen.
She's not wrong.
Okay, so I am 40. I just turned 49. And as you know, I have young onset Alzheimer's. Okay. And
But in
I'm
the
too
cutest
cute
way.
in the very cutest way. Plus, I'm too cute to die, but I'm also really too cute for young onset Alzheimer's,
Honestly.
which has actually caused me a lot of problems. Yeah, so started at the age of 46, losing my mind, I thought. I thought I was just stressed and went on a stress leave from work and went on this really long 2-year journey of a diagnosis to young onset Alzheimer's. I've been a single parent. I've worked full time all my life. And the day I knew something wrong was the day that I opened up my laptop to do my job that I had been in for 5 years, and I had no idea how to do it. And then I went to my notes, my like training notes. No, still had no idea how to do the job.
Not
Didn't really
alarming at all.
bode well for, didn't look good after 5 years of being at the company. So
Yeah. How do I do this again?
how am I supposed to do my job? So yeah, so that basically it sent me, I've struggled with mental health. Oh God, I have every goddamn mental health thing you can think of, anxiety, depression, ADHD, CPTSD. Is there more?
Yes,
I'm
there are more letters. I think I have
there's
some.
more letters. I have
I have the
I'm in
OCD. Do you have that one?
I don't no, not really. No, but I
Oh,
have addiction. So, but in recovery, 16 years. And yeah, so it's just really easy to write off, brain fog. I'm menopausal, obviously. Uh, so yeah, it was really easy to just kind of, I don't know,
roll with
blame
it, kind of.
myself. Blame
Oh,
myself. Like
yeah.
I've just spent my whole entire life blaming myself. Like, my when I'm mentally ill, it's your fault,
Right.
obviously.
So why stop
Everybody
now?
tells you that. So when my brain blips, as I like to call them, started happening, I thought, yeah, there's something wrong with you. But there's been something wrong with me my whole life. So it just wasn't uncommon. So there was just no possible way, I thought, that I would be diagnosed a few years later with a terminal fucking diagnosis. And it fucking sucks because
Yeah,
I'm
that's
way too cute.
way too cute for this.
Way.
It's bullshit.
It's total bullshit. Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck am I? So, I guess if you're the beauty, that does that make me the brains?
I think it's Beauty and the Beast, bitch, okay?
Fucker. And that's what you're in for. We're basically a pair of assholes who love each other through shit talk. So who am I? I am your lifelong friend from whom you were estranged for weird reasons we'll get into in a later episode. For 8 years. We didn't speak for 8 years. We blamed the ex-husband. Spoiler alert.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's really all his fault.
it really
So
was.
we met in kindergarten and I described you in a blog post or a Instagram post as being the person I've loved the most and hated the most throughout all of my life. Yeah, we've
I
been
love that for me.
inseparable forever. I mean, I also love it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, I we live thousands of miles apart now. I have a design business. I've been in some fashion magazines. But
Which
I
ones?
also, oh, I've been in some good ones. I've been in Vogue Japan, Esquire Mexico, Chatelaine magazine. We've been in USA Today. There's so many. The Weather Network we were on. That's a weird one. Um,
Oops.
Oh yeah, so Forbes wrote a whole ass article about us, which is like my favorite thing to tell people. I know. I'll just take a fancy bow right now. Thank you, thank you. And yeah, so I live in the Yukon and you live in Victoria. So we're far, far away from each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so this idea was something that I
But what, excuse me. I
oh
just
sorry.
I just bared my complete soul of all my mental illnesses.
Okay,
And you're a
so
business owner who's been in Forbes. Sorry, bitch. What's wrong with you?
oh, we do how much time do we have?
We don't want
Um
to sugarcoat this,
Oh,
okay?
there's no sugarcoating. So I have been diagnosed with OCD, anxiety, depression, self-diagnosed with CPTSD, which my therapist agrees. I'm awaiting an autism diagnosis, which, according to the very extensive conversations I've had with ChatGPT, nullifies my OCD diagnosis. So we're low-key neurospicy, and by low-key, I mean in the most feral way.
And menopause.
Oh, also a bit of that, a bit of the pause. Yeah.
A bit.
So much of the pause. I'm heavily medicated for the pause.
Okay, so I also just want to say, because this is our first episode, I am sharing my journey on TikTok and it kind of blew up like really fast. And then I got hacked. And so that really sucked. But I did a bunch of interviews, Yahoo. I'm in the Daily Mail UK, just our local news channel here. So lots of stories. And it was kind of going. And then I got hacked. And then I stopped. And so I've just restarted. My account handle is Where Did Bex Go? If you want to
we'll
go follow
we'll
me
put
on
that
there.
all in the show notes too.
Yeah, put it in the show notes. But the reason I'm even saying that is because since I've been documenting my Alzheimer's journey, I have realized that so many people struggle with cognitive issues. And the difference of Alzheimer's and menopause and ADHD. Like they're so close. They look so much the same, but they're actually so different. So what I'm hoping to bring to the table is Vanessa's version of her brain fog and
Hmm.
lots of mental health issues because of menopause and ADHD, and I'm going to bring it from the Alzheimer's perspective. So just because we all feel fucked up in the brain and we all want to know why. And yeah.
And and of course, I'm sure some like legal people out there are going, "Oh dear God, where is their disclaimer? We are not diagnosing anything. We're not doctors. We're not like saying here's what you have.
God, no.
We are talking about our experience and we'll diagnose each other, but that's between us."
Oh, yeah. She's a narcissist.
She lies. She's a pathological liar.
I'm a pathological liar.
So the idea for this episode is there is zero structure, there is zero polish. Also, these are all going to be one take wonders. We don't have space, time, or interest, frankly, in doing any fancy editing. You're going to get the real talk of us. And basically, what these episodes are going to be is hangout sessions between me and you, and
Yep.
with like some slight guardrails so we don't go on too many unrelated side quests. Um, but our hope is to produce these weekly so that we can also document as much of your life as it remains as possible, because I mean, how much time, best case scenario, do you think we have left to be able to do things like this and for you to feel fully like you are still you?
That's a really good question. And
Based on where you are today.
based on where I am today, 2 years tops.
Yeah.
I was given a year by my MAID doctor. I've been approved for MAID, by the way, which we will definitely get into that. Originally diagnosed with a neurologist with a 5 to 7 year life expectancy. Uh, old onset Alzheimer's is very, very different than young onset Alzheimer's, and it is much faster progressing. So my life is whoop, about this. I have about this much more time left. So that's why we're doing this. We're doing bucket list items. Yeah, we're doing all the things. And I would also really like if there's questions and people want to write in. I would love to answer everybody's questions.
Totally. So I think I haven't done this yet because we're very excited to get started with this. So we are very cart before the horse. We only have minimal framework in place to like support this wild idea of having a podcast. But I will create a Gmail that we can have dedicated just for this. And it'll probably be tooyoungtodie@gmail.com or something like
Well,
that.
the reason we're doing this so quickly is because I'm gonna fucking die. So
I mean, aside from
we don't really have a lot of time.
girl, the clock is ticking.
We don't have
Tick,
time
tick,
for
motherfucker.
editing.
Uh,
We gotta raw dog this because I am dying. But also, we grew up poor, and so we need this platform to also look super poor too, because it
well,
wouldn't be as if it was any other way.
it's
So
got to be authentic and
exactly.
we got to look broke ass.
Totally. Yeah. I'm
So,
excited.
so before we started recording, we talked about some segment ideas and we were spitballing like things that we could talk about ongoing. And you've already touched on a little bit of that. You talked about symptoms and you talked about MAID. And I know that with your TikTok, like the MAID topic is a really popular one because people have very, very little information, and what information they do have, a lot of it is misinformation. So
Correct.
I know that you have been approached by a Canadian organization to kind of partner with them a little bit and do a bit of advocacy work. Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Were you having a menopause word finding thing there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I just recently got my full diagnosis 6 months ago, and then right after that, funny story, went into for a completely separate surgery. They didn't have any room for me in the rest of the hospital, so they actually put me in the palliative care unit. And that's where I met my MAID doctor. And so I'm really just learning about the different names and what's legal, what's not legal. I had to go through a two-step system because my death is not reasonably foreseeable, as they
Not
like to
like
say,
imminent.
which is imminent, which is 6 months or less. So I'm on a different track, which is it's pre-planned. So I have a date. If I'm well on that date, I'll push that back. But yes, I was approached by Dying for Dignity Canada. They wanted to just share some of my videos. And recently they've sent me information. So I'm studying with Alzheimer's. So it's the weirdest thing to like study for the first time with the disease.
That's ironic. Is it working?
I don't know what I'm doing. And yeah, so I'm really excited. I feel super strongly about advocacy for MAID. I feel super strongly about educating people on your rights around MAID. And yeah, and I think another reason for me, really why this is super important, is that when I did get diagnosed, you get diagnosed and then you get just thrown out into the world with like nobody follows you and it's like, oh, this is going to happen, or you might feel this, or you might whatever. Like you just get, okay, you have young onset Alzheimer's, you have 5 to 7 years to live. See ya. And so I'm trying to find resources. There's really no resources out there, which is why I started the TikTok. And the problem that I'm having, and I know that a lot of people have, is that my disease is so invisible. People, when they think of dementia or Alzheimer's, they think old lady curler set and diapers and a walker, okay? And I can do that, we've talked about dressing up like that and going down the street, and I will do that for fun, just for fun. But when people see me, they don't believe me. And
Because you are
so
too cute for Alzheimer's.
because I'm too cute for Alzheimer's and I don't look like I'm dying. So I've had a lot of people not believe me. And so part of my advocacy is around destigmatization, around invisible diseases, as well as being medically gaslit, which is a huge systemic problem.
And that goes way outside of just Alzheimer's. Like
Exactly.
even with my experiences with the different mental health things that I've had to self-advocate over my entire adulthood, dealing with apathetic doctors or doctors who don't agree with, say, the popularity or the trend of everyone receiving
Oh
autism
God.
diagnoses. Like there, you have those sorts of things to navigate as well, which isn't like it's not explicitly medical gaslighting, but it's in the same family of being fucked over by the medical system.
Well, in the medical system, you're invisible, first of all. Second of all, it doesn't really matter what you think, say, or feel. Plus, we're women. So that also applies for that. Plus, we're women in our 40s, and that's when we have, society disappears us completely at our
Because
age.
we're
So you
reproductively
walk into
irrelevant.
Exactly. So you walk into a medical doctor and you're saying, I have this, 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 and this. And so many people on my page have told me the horror stories of being gaslit by their doctors when they actually were terminal or had serious medical issues that could have caused death if it wasn't treated properly.
Yeah,
And so that shit needs to be talked about. And we're going to do
100%.
that.
One of the other things that for me is like 100% selfishly motivated is I want to use this to capture as many of our fucked up childhood memories because we met in kindergarten. We did some shit
I
together.
stole something from you. That's all I remember. A cash
I
register.
also, haha, and then later I stole something from you, and
My
then I got
heart.
caught. Look at the stories. There's no shortage of stories. We have more
Yeah,
stories than time, is what I will say about that.
that
Um,
is true.
but I want to talk through a bunch of them because you remember things that I don't.
I
And
know.
and I love that for us,
Yeah. It's
because
funny because you don't remember things.
I don't remember anything. Mind you, also trauma. So, but
No, I know. So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why I said that.
yeah. So love
I
it.
said that because you have trauma.
I do have a little bit of trauma. But I'm looking forward to, yeah, being able to like relive some of those stories and see who remembers which parts and to laugh together because even though you have a terminal illness, you are not your illness. It is such a small part of your identity. You are full of life. You are zesty. You're a zesty motherfucker. You are a fashion fiend. You love decor. You are an advocate. You care so deeply for the people that you care about. You don't half-ass, you whole ass. And you are so committed to
Oh.
you're committed to your sobriety and
I got a
accountability and
visual with that one. Sorry.
like booty cheeks.
I got a whole ass. Sorry. Keep going. I
But
just
you're so complex and you are this like you are a full human who has an illness. You are not your illness. And I think that that's such an important thing to remember and practice and to use this as much as we can to capture those different
yeah.
facets of who you are, who I am, because the things that we do and the things that people think they know about us are just such a small part of who we are as humans. And I
Hmm.
think that
Hmm.
this could be a really great opportunity to just practice that for ourselves and for each other and to give
Yeah.
our friendship this place to kind of live forever too.
100%. I think too, I'm okay. Also, side note, I'm gonna have brain blips, which I'm having one right now. So you have to be patient with me. That's the Alzheimer's. What were you
But you're
saying?
faking.
Oh, that was close to what I was thinking. Okay, well, people think I'm faking. Oh, okay, that's what I was gonna say. Also, I think it's also okay. So for me, because I'm an empath, I really don't like it when people don't feel seen or heard or validated. And it's really important, especially at this age for me, to like have the people that I know feel alone and isolated to not feel that way, right? And so I know that the community that is going to be watching us, which is the people that have invisible illnesses, that have mental health issues, that have terminal illnesses, that have all of the things, menopause, ADHD, I don't really care, to feel supported, understood, held, all that stuff. It's so important because the one thing that I have learned since this diagnosis and with my mental health past is I have lost so many people since I got diagnosed. And I can't help to think that if I was diagnosed with a terminal illness that looked like I had a terminal illness, if I would be treated differently. And if anybody else is going to go through that, they better know they're not alone. And also I want to know if that's happened to other people. And I mean, I've heard of it that, you get a terminal illness and then, your loved ones kind of go, lost my best friend of 30 years and it's been awful. So I'm grieving my life. I'm grieving the loss of my independence. I don't drive, none of that stuff anymore. Don't work. Yeah, I'm losing myself.
Yeah.
And then I've lost a lot of loved ones. But what I have gained is Vanessa.
You're welcome.
I have actually ended up gaining like a community of great supporters, which is wonderful. And those are the people that I will now like hold very closely because the people that show up, that's love. Love is action. Love is action. And so the people that have been here for me since love me. And the people that haven't, they didn't love me. And so I think it's just really important to know that, yeah, you can fucking be diagnosed terminal and people run away from you. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I feel like if I had a more popular or like more well-known terminal illness, that I'd have a food train. I feel like I'd have, where's the flowers? Okay, here's some, but I bought them. Okay, and they're dying, just like me. Although these ones are dying a little faster than me. I don't know what I was saying.
You were talking about how having an invisible illness and looking so cute while dying.
Yeah,
I
like what if
wonder
I,
if you had something that was
yeah.
more visible and socially acceptable, that people were sort of more acclimated to seeing in someone your age. I mean,
Well, and
shit,
they,
even if you had broken your leg, it's
oh,
visible, it's
100%.
mundane, it happens to everybody.
Well, and this is also very important. I'm glad this came up too, is that, and I didn't even know this, and I wasn't told this because doctors don't tell you things about anything. Um, Young onset Alzheimer's shows up very different than old onset Alzheimer's, which
Hmm.
is, you can tell they have it. What happens with young onset, it's all executive functioning, visual, spatial. So oftentimes, like I have dear friends that are like, I still can't believe you have Alzheimer's because I'm very insightful, I'm emotionally intelligent, I've done so much fucking work on myself. Like I should have died a long time ago in therapy. Like just the amount of digging that I've done, I would have dug my grave by now for sure. Um, but I fully understand that people do not look at me and think because I speak too well. I'm too fluent.
Yeah,
And
you're
so I get it.
articulate
I
and
get it.
you don't come across as though you have a cognitive impairment of any kind.
Oh, I
But
know.
it's the expectation that that Alzheimer's means you don't know who people are or that
Yeah.
you get lost walking through your own apartment.
I did get lost with my friend about 6 times yesterday. So
Yeah, but
just so
that's
you know.
Costco. That's different.
No, it was Superstore actually.
I mean,
But anyways, yeah, you're right about that.
it
And
doesn't look the way that
yeah,
Hollywood has conditioned us. And honestly, Hollywood's fucked everything up because we think marriage should look a certain way. We think adulthood should
100%
look a certain way. We think that friendships should look a certain way. And
parenthood.
that's like that has that it's fucked everything up because Alzheimer's can look like that in old people some of the time for some people.
Yeah.
But it's so individual, even though it may have like a common trajectory in young onset or in like old people's Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
It's going to be different person to person because it's also going to be compounded. I'm just thinking logically. I haven't looked into this, but I feel like it's going to be compounded with whether or not you're in menopause, have CPTSD,
Oh,
if
100%.
you have any other traumas, if you have any other impairments, if you have learning disabilities, speech impediments, like
Yeah, definitely.
all those
I
things will
mean,
have impacts.
oh, 100%. Yeah. Like as soon as, my doctor was like kind of suspecting, he said you need to get off work like right away. I was working in child protection, so reading child abuse all day long, which is not good for anybody's brain. But I can't work. I can't even do my paperwork. And I used to be the person that everybody would come to. Oh, because I fucking love doing paperwork. It was like so exciting to me, get her done. And I like to find ways to get money through the government that like is optional for people, like when you're a single parent, like single parent resources for rent and blah, blah. So that used to be my jam. And I
Mhm.
can't do that anymore. Vanessa does it for me. Poor girl, because she runs two businesses and me.
You're like a third business. Can we get you a
I
gym
know. And I can't do my finances now. So I had to hire an accountant. I've just had a community nurse come in because I need help with my medications. I don't look like I'm fucking dying or that I have Alzheimer's. So,
But behind the
um,
scenes, and you're also like, for as transparent as you are on your TikTok, like you have been so independent since forever that like
yeah,
if you truly need help with something, you have a network of folks that you can say, "Hey, I need you to I've got a sofa being delivered. I need someone to help me move my other one out." Like you have people that you can and do go to for that stuff, but
yeah,
the rest of the time you're just like, "Nope, fuck it. I'm going to figure it out myself."
yeah,
And so
always.
because of that, you've created this environment where no one is there when you're struggling to remember how to attach a document to an email.
Yeah, yeah. No, 100%. That put me in the feels there for a minute because and I know probably other mothers have done that. It's like it's just easier to do it yourself. And so I've learned my entire life to people are fallible and that you can't depend on anyone. And I don't mean that in a like, oh, poor me way. I just mean that people are fallible and relying on other people is um, sometimes that pushes people away. Sometimes that doesn't work, or you have expectations that are not met, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, this is kind of going all over the place. But what I'm trying to say is I've lost all my independence. And because I didn't allow people to help me in my life, I'm now trying to find my voice and ask for help in a world that feels really scary.
Especially when you've lost so many people that you thought were your close, reliable people.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I'm seeing things and hearing things. So we'll talk about that one because those are my favorite Alzheimer's stories. Is my auditory and visual hallucinations. Those are good stories.
Yeah. So I think what we'll do is maybe we'll wrap this episode for now. This is just like a
Hmm.
taster so that you can, listen, watch, whatever, see who we are, how we interact. We take the piss out of each other because we love each other so much.
We
And
will take the piss out of you too.
because we love you. But this is going to be totally unpolished. It's going to be basically you get to sit in on the two of us having a lengthy FaceTime call that we share to the public.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna try and structure it a little so that you can kind of expect certain things from each episode, but that it's also going to be flexible enough that it just goes wherever all of our tisms take us.
And here's the thing, it's not always going to be dark and sad, and it's not going to go like if you have ADHD, you'll probably follow along really well because we may go a little bit. The Vanessa has got a structure for us so that we can
Ish.
stay ish, so we can stay in the line. But I want you to know we're going to talk about sex. We're going to talk about sex in menopause. We're going to talk about sex when you're dying, dating when you're dying. I want to talk about the fun stuff.
All
Okay.
the dirty fun stuff, also sex
Like,
by your damn self. We're also going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about
yeah.
all the things. And honestly, like your best bet is to also be following Rebecca on TikTok because she's on there posting videos like every day or every couple of days. And the audience there is so engaged. But what I love though is that like they're not just liking and sharing type of engagement, they're conversating. They're talking with you. Is that a word?
Oh, it feels like they're my friends. I love it.
Yeah. And so if you're listening to this, I want you to also be following Rebecca on TikTok so that if you are like, oh, dude, I have to hear more about the whatever story, or I want the backstory on this part of the diagnostic journey, we are open books. And,
Yeah.
you know, there's some shit that we won't talk about. Like our families are off limits because
Yeah.
they're not on the podcast. They have not consented to talk about this.
No.
My ex-husband, however, is fair game.
I'm
But
sorry.
that's
I was just
different.
going to say we're talking about our exes for sure.
Sucks to be them.
We will not name names, but we're talking about it. And I'm
Yeah, we
not
are.
keeping secrets for nobody. But
I
yeah,
feel like this is just a good guideline for life. Like if you don't want your dirty laundry to be aired on a podcast,
then
be on your
don't
best
do it.
behavior.
Then don't do it.
That's our takeaway. So if you don't want to be talked about on a podcast, just be on your good behavior. So we're going to
Exactly.
wrap with this. I'm going to get this thing uploaded. We'll figure out how to transcribe and how to put show notes, and we're going to link to stuff, and you're going to come back and listen to us for
Where
all
will
of
you
our
be
other
where will
episodes.
you be posting this so we can tell our one
So
audience member?
So this thing, it lives right now on Podbean. Once we get a few episodes in the can, then I'm going to be sending it out so that it is available to listen to on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts and Apple Music and all of the typical places. But for now, this is just going to live in the links in both of our bios on TikTok and that sort of thing. So really, we're just going to build it all around TikTok for now because TikTok is cute, but not as cute as Rebecca.
That's correct.
And so because I put in the effort to create a very entertaining intro and outro, I'm going to read the outro and then we're going to be gone. So thanks for listening to Too Cute to Die, where the vibes are terminal, and so are we. We are Rebecca and Vanessa. We'll see you next week, unless one of us forgets or dies or both. Bye.
Love that.